We are here on the N1 bypass just next to Machishing of Rem. This morning we were called by our traffic officers who intercepted a bus which was traveling from Malawi going to Johannesburg. Out of suspicion of overloading, the bus was stopped.
We are busy doing our daily duty, which is stop and check for a public transport as our team is working under PTU Capricorn along N1. When Mr. Maliaga intercepted the bus from Malawi, when he stopped that bus, we checked the compliance of the document, which is operating license and the license and the number of the passenger that the bus allows to carry.
The vehicle was escorted to Polokwane Traffic Control Center for further processing. Upon arrival, immigration officers established that 45 passengers did not have the proper documentation to be in the country.
No, thanks. Firstly, is to appreciate and acknowledge the work that law enforcement agencies have been demonstrated. We are concerned with, as a portfolio committee, in relation to the travel mode and also the passing at the border in terms of quality checking of both the state of the transport or the buses, but also documentation of the undocumented foreign nationals. The steps that we have taken, we are going to meet with the Border Management Authority and the Transport Agency under the Department of Transport to look what are the gaps that we need to enforce in relation to this subject matter. It's highly concerning. You are also correct that you may find that other buses in transit that are having undocumented foreign nationals, but overall we want to appreciate the collective work that Department of Home Affairs, the police and the traffic, and I think the presence here of the Provincial Commissioner of Limpopo and yourself as a team does give confidence in terms of how we need to interface with the subject matter.
Alternative transport will be arranged for passengers who are legally in the country, and the 45 passengers without documentation will be escorted back to Beitbridge Control Center for deportation proceedings. The matter remains under investigation by South African Police Services and Immigration Services. But a concern that maybe has been boggling most of us, including the Premier here, is that you would find that these people, the official passenger list is 25 now, as things stand. But as you count people, they're over 90, and then the bus is certified to carry 70. Your comment, please.
What is important is that we've been getting these views distance to the portfolio committee. And it's good that today, in practice, I've able to identify and associate the concern of the provincial government led by the Premier and all South Africans in terms of the processing of the buses at the border. It will appear that at the border there's a coordination of corrupt officials working with the transport fellows or agencies in terms of making sure that once they process this number, which have indicated 25, but when they get into the country, they also collect those that are undocumented. And this is a matter that we're going to follow in detail. This bus, there must be a fine or punishment that must be taken, including the owner of the bus, the driver of the bus, and those that have worked outside the framework of the Constitution. We really take that concern. I think we'll interface with it moving forward.
The Polokwane Traffic Control Center intercepted 2 minibuses on the N1 bypass traveling from Zimbabwe towards Gauteng. On inspection, the first minibus carried 27 passengers, but only one had a valid passport. The second minibus carried 23 passengers, with only one also in possession of a valid passport. The immigration team had processed 48 individuals found to be in the country illegally. The group will be escorted back to Beitbridge for deportation in line with legal prescription.
Shocking is that out of all these Kumbis, there's only one person in this Kumbi who has got a passport. All the other passengers do not have passports, and they are alleging that they've crossed through the river, which is strange. And they crossed through the river in the middle of the night. They paid 100 rand in the river for them to be transported over to this side.
Both buses or minibuses have been impounded for breaching their operating license condition. The Department of Transport and Community Safety remains committed to upholding road safety in protecting commuters and working with the law enforcement to stop illegal activities in our province.
Waina TV, the media house of all vision, educational and entertainment world.
Subscribe.